The National Social Protection Strategy, which had been endorsed last year, had been perfectly in line to the social security staircase, as it has one objective is to promote basic social protection for the poor and vulnerable, which include formal and informal sectors. And the second, they also plan to gradually help people how to progress step by step to better or social security or social protection higher level. For instance, formal workers can enjoy with the contributory scheme of the health insurance and pension in the future.
But to make sure that the strategy is a success in implementing, I think we have to count on other strategy. For me, I think that first we need to highlight the political will of the royal government of Cambodia. For example, we can convince to the public that the government has very strong political will in implementing the social protection flow in Cambodia. For example, the Prime Minister himself presided over the official launching of the strategy, and he attached the focal and strategic team of the National Social Protection Floor team to Prime Minister, and he also instruct the team to make a presentation to all provincial governors to make sure that the both national and local government agency understand the need of the national social protection strategy. And for me, the other strategy that we can push forward is to do the cost and benefit analysis, to present it to the Ministry of Finance and also to the development partner. Why we should do the social protection, and what is the costing and what is the benefit of our program. With the concrete figure of our cost and benefit analysis, I think we have a very strong chance that our program will be implementable and acceptable. And the other strategy, maybe we have to keep the momentum of public awareness of the social protection by holding more workshops, by inviting not only the government agency but the development partner, the employer, employee, and even the civil society to get involved, to make sure that no one left behind this scheme. So if everybody accept, then I think we have a strong chance that we will successfully implement our social protection floor.
Talking about the subnational administration's involvement in the social protections, especially the role of the province, districts, and communes administration in decentralized policies, the entities play very critical roles. So I can summarize two main roles of them. The first one is the roles they implement social protection programs on behalf of the national own scheme. That means the scheme officially designed by the national institution ministries and financed by those institutions, but they cannot implement without support from the subnational administration. They implement on behalf of the national institution. And second one, the second roles, they initiate their own social protection programs. For example, in Cambodia, Commune Sangkat, that is the lowest level of administrations, receives fund from the government transfer. So based on the fund, they initiate some program. for example, mainly on the public work programs. So for build roads, small roads, build canals, and they also spend some money on the social service as well. For example, on the health, sending the people to hospital, sending patients to hospitals, education, they finance primary education, something like that. So they play very critical roles in decentralized policy. And in the future, when we extend decentralization policy, that means their role will be more increasing, and they will have more room to play in terms of implementation of the social protection schemes.
For the future, I think the Ministry of Labor and Vocational Training have to keep an active role in the social protection flow, especially to promote the vocational training as a tool to provide the skill for the poor and the nearly poor to be enable them to increase their productivity in agriculture, or improve the productivity in the manufacturing sector that they belong to, or even improve the time management and the cost management if they are self-employed in the informal sector. So with this improvement, we are sure that the poor and the nearly poor maybe have a better chance to improve their employability and increase the income. Other than providing the vocational training, I think now the ministry also need to expand the coverage of the National Social Security Fund, not only to focus on the work injury insurance, but maybe also universal, not universal, but to the health insurance to the workforce who are employed in the formal sector. I think it is important because some workforce who work in the formal sector, they are work in the labor-intensive sector. So they are just above the nearly poor. So it's highly possibly that they may become poor if there is any economic shock. So if we provide the health insurance to those workforce, I think those workforce or their family member will be secure from any shock. And more importantly, I think the ministry also need to focus on the labor market and the training information to the rural poor in order for them to make a better decision which skill or where should they looking for the employment. So with all these three components, I think we will be able to contribute to a better national social protection strategy in Cambodia.